on the total destruction of the Yorubas' educational standard. What we saw yesterday in Ondo State, for me, is pitiable, and I think is a total detachment from the legacies of what the Yorubas used to be known for. I mean, the Yorubas used to be known for being the most sophisticated, highly educated people. And you know what democracy is? Democracy only works for educated electorate. And to cap it up, on those states, before Ekiti was taken away, they were collectively known as the fountain of knowledge. Because in the Southwest, we had the highest numbers of professors, the likes of Afe Babalola, and so many of them coming from Ondo State. But what we saw yesterday was a total annihilation of the Yoruba culture, of the Yoruba virtue. I have always been saying it that ever since the good Yorubas were quiet for Tinubu to sit atop of being the Yoruba leader, then the Yoruba race is facing serious danger of being thrown into oblivion. Extinction. Let me tell you, when the people are not educated, or when the educated ones are now cowards and they now seem to be in the minority, and the loud ones who are illiterate, but because they have a loud voice, are now the one commanding, you know what's going to happen? It's just a journey to what? To destruction. I mean, it's imminent. Nobody can take that away. Because what we are experiencing, if we claim, I'm a Yoruba man, if we claim that the Yorubas are highly educated, why are we not operating a democracy the way it should be? The only reason why you see democracy working in America is because they're educated.
They are very, very advanced and educated.
Because the reason why you see that when the colonial masters came, they said the place they had issues with before they could conquer using religion was the Southeast, because they were Democrats, because they knew their right. Let me tell you, democracy is all about you knowing your right. And you know what education does? Education opens your eyes.
Yes.
Before we were educated in the Southwest, I remember in Badagry, we used to sell our fellow human being for a mirror, for aroma shinap, for horse. These were the things, for guns. But when education started coming, we started seeing the need that, no, I don't have to do that.
Good.
I didn't have to do that because I have now been enlightened. But what I am now seeing is a reversal of the Yoruba civilization to that era of pre-colonization.
Yes.
Whereby our women will say, come and take my vote, just give me 20,000 naira. That 20,000 naira will not even buy you half bag of rice. It's a matter of weeks, you're hungry. And then you start crying. These were what our ancestors did because they were uneducated back then.
Yes.
But after colonization, we had a very prominent, educated, eloquent, articulate, visionary leader called Awolowo. He came. He educated us. We became the pride of everybody. We became the pride of Africa. The Southwest Nigeria became the fastest growing economy in Africa within that period of time, and everybody wanted to match up with the Southwest because it didn't do it alone. It was intentional. It developed the human capacity through education, free education. People came everywhere from even the Southeast, from the North. They all came to this place. We were having teachers coming from India to take course.
Yes.
The Ibadan hospital became the best hospital because we had very competent doctors, whereby the prince, the family, the royal families of Saudi even came down here for their own health diagnosis. But today, just in a matter of, should I say, 24 years of Tinubu influence, the Yoruba erudites have been turned to rascals. The Yoruba educationists have now been turned to Yoruba touts. What we are seeing today is what we call mechanization of rascality.
Wow.
Do you know what you mean? When you mechanize something,
mechanize
you are even giving it a further push.
I'm telling you.
whereby people will tell you that keep quiet there, go. If you are not collecting money, there are thousands of people that get out. They empower those towns. They give them guns. They raise their social status. I mean, you see what goes on outside there when we are in the bus stop. They look at us like nobody. But because they control the garages.
Yes.
Right? That is what I call mechanization of the Yoruba rascality. They spoil the Yoruba dignity.
Mechanization of
As of today, the dignity that is left is what we saw in Ondo State, which simply means there's no more dignity. If they tell you they go vote or become 2027, all that is needed is a bigger cash of money.
Hmm.
Only the few people who have been able to say that we reject this agenda of Tinubu are the people like Showore, who of course has been the loudest, who has been saying that when you are educated, you know your rights, you know your differences. He has been saying that let us have the Igbos on a round table. If it is for Nnamdi Kanu to be released, that will give us that peace to coexist. Why not? When you see those miscreants and rascals who tell you, no, you should die in the jail there. So many people call Showore a dreamer. You know, when you are educated, people see you as being out of realm, that you are thinking out of scope because you have a better understanding. Everything I am saying here, if peradventure we have any Yoruba rascal listening to me, who is a bigot, will say that I am a sellout.
Yeah, that's what they will say.
They will call me a Yoruba bastard.
Yeah.
But the truth is, they are the ones who are the bastards. They have betrayed the path our father Awolowo laid down. I have never seen any man born of a woman who will come out and say that Awolowo was not a leader. It never happened.
Never happened. I never see it.
It hasn't. Awolowo was recognized globally. His visions, his roadmaps are being understudied even in Harvard. How many years did Awolowo was able to achieve this? It wasn't up to 6 years. So
Yes.
Awolowo achieved all. That's why I tell people that
He left a legacy.
you know. But that's why I am telling people that we don't need 10 years to fix Nigeria. When you have a visionary, a can-do leader that has political will, that has the clarity of purpose,
Yes.
right? When because it was just barely there for like 3 years, 4 years, and everybody saw what was happening. Yoruba became one of the, Southwest became one of the largest exporter of rubber, of cocoa globally. And we started having industrial homes in Obakran. Everywhere was booming. Nigeria became the pride of even the British Empire. They were like, wow, this is interesting. Is this what we will now speak of the Yoruba politics? Because this is about the Yoruba politics.
Yes, Mr. D,
So very
looking at
unfortunate.
Ondo
Very
State
unfortunate.
election, we still have other political parties that participated there. Were they actually insignificant? Why didn't they, certain issues like that, maybe raise alarm, go to court, commence, initiate a court process because that's the only way.
Let me tell you, Mr. Chinedu, this has nothing to do with courts procession. It has nothing to do with, because the electorate themselves have sold themselves out. And that's why I'm telling you that come 2027, I won't be surprised when I see that Tinubu sweeps the whole of Southwest to a tune of 99%. Because if you continue like this, if people like me do not speak up. Because why should money be the compass that directs your morality?
But they have
Why
created,
should money be the compass that directs your
poverty
decision?
has been created already, and
Let
they
me
are
tell you.
using it as a
Let
weapon
me tell
to
you.
achieve
Let
their
me tell
political
you.
interest. Yeah.
When you are educated, it tramples poverty. Education is the only weapon that can stop poverty. Are you not aware?
Political mess.
Because with your education, you would think long term. You won't be short termed.
Think short.
You wouldn't.
Tall.
Because you know that so make I give you my vote 20,000. I just chop I go just chop ofe sala, chop am with akpu or gbegiri atewedu. I chop am wey that na 4 days with better goat meat. After that, what else? But your education will tell you that no, let me vote this guy who is in AAC. Let me vote this guy who is in Labour. This guy has presented to us policy reforms that we know that 30 years, my life will be better for it. To hell with your 20,000. That is what education.
Does.
So it is not, don't give me that excuse that, and our poverty. What? And I only Nigeria. Let me tell you, we have to be very, very circumspect. We need more Yoruba leaders to speak up. And this is why I've been against what the pastor Adeboye has been saying, telling us that baladash, that total bullshit, that if not because of prayer, Maoga, Adeboye, can you please abandon your bulletproof jeep and your bodyguards? I will join you in the prayer walk. Let us walk from here to Abuja. If truly your prayer works, let us walk from here to Abuja. If the bandits will not get an handsome reward, an handsome ransom as a reward on your head in the next few days. Thank you for having me.
Okay. Lastly, you mentioned before we just dive it down. What's your message to the Yorubas and of course the president who is a South Westerner? You know, releasing Nnamdi Kano. The IPOB is warning that if Nnamdi Kano is not being released by the end of this year, that the Yoruba nation will be tagged enemy of Igbo.
For me, I think the Biafrans, the Oduduwas, I mean the IPOB should be careful because for me, Tinubu does not represent us. It doesn't have, it's not displaying, it's not ensuring any tenet of Omoluabi. Omoluabi listen to corrections. When you call yourself a Yoruba Omoluabi, when you have multiple voices telling you that, oh God, this the way they do is not correct. You listen, you are meant. Tinubu showing such? So many people, so many Aregbesola wrote him an open letter
Yeah, yeah.
telling him that what how you are governing is a recipe for revolution.
Hmm.
What is his response? Atiku on so many occasions have told him, Oga, what you are doing is you're just governing us with a bole kaja policy. When they criticize you, you come down and start throwing punches and throwing jabs instead of you to speak to the issue. So look at Obitu. So many arrest threats. So for me, for the iPods, I think the only way is we have very large number of Yorubas who, of course, are not represented by Tinubu. I'm not going to say Tinubu doesn't represent some Yoruba, but those are the Yorubas who have been filled with bigotry, right? Yes, their minds have been polluted, corroded, so clouded, so they cannot think properly. I do not have any issue with Nnamdi Kanu going into political solution. I have no issue with that. So for me, what I just want is to see my people doing well, and likewise my neighbors. Thank you.